energy reading for October of 2025. Y'all make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that, y'all. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started with this read. Let's go ahead and ask Archangel Michael, the Holy Spirit, Allah, to guard from any negative energies, where this read could come out to the way it's supposed to come out. Amen. So what do we have for the current energy for October of 2025? Current energy for October of 2025. One more shuffle. Garage. All right, you ready? Nine of Swords. Okay, Bro, this could be resonating with that message that I channeled a few minutes ago. I was woken up out of nowheres, and I was sitting there for a little bit on YouTube, just, going through YouTube videos, and I had a download out of nowheres. This is giving me the vibes of a firewall, bro, being put up. This could be pertaining to that message that I channeled. I mean, other people may need to hear this message. I'm not really going to get into too much details, but I did channel that message out of nowhere. It was just an instant download that I had. This give me the vibes because this is fire signs when it comes to the tarot, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But we're not talking about the zodiac signs. We're talking about this is the element of fire. But this is a wall right here to keep people out. Yeah, look at that. This is financial too. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Somebody doing something underhanded to steal currency. That shit's gonna get stopped. Look at that. Three of Pentacles. Bro, this could have something to do with what I just channeled a few minutes ago. Hey, y'all hold on a minute. All right, so somebody could be working on this with the Three of Pentacles. This could have something to do with something online. All right, so this may be a channeled message or what I channel on my community post. Something about money. Look, there's a pentacle right here in reverse. There's a pentacle right here in reverse. So someone may be working on installing some type of protection. This could be in regards to a firewall that may be provided towards a few individuals. Could be up to 3 individuals that may be going through this online. And from what it looks like here is people are working on preventing this from escalating. Yeah, Ten of Cups reverse. The Lovers. Okay, so this has something to do with social media influencers. This is a few individuals that are suffering some type of loss when it comes to them being a social media influencer with the Six of Wands. I'm also getting these individuals right here could have illuminated something. They could have had a total of 6 to 3 reports or 7 reports that could have came in. Or they could be acknowledging that a few people are coming out public about something being done to them online when it comes to financial matters, etc. Yeah, High Priestess reverse. Like I said on my community post, this can have something to do with a few readers that are going through that, the divination people. Spiritual community. Yeah, look at that. There's a scam here. Six of Pentacles reverse is all about theft of currency. And they have money right here. Bro, look at all the money in reverse. You got a pentacle right here in reverse. But this could be someone that may care about somebody enough to put up some type of firewall to keep these individuals out, etc. That could be what the collaboration is about. They got some papers here, too. There's some evidence linking something to these individuals doing something to this individual. Or a few individuals. Right here. It's not just one person. There's a few individuals that this is being done to. This could be to the total of 3 to 7 to 6 other different people that may not even be a divination reader with the High Priestess reverse, but there is things being done to them also. This could be due to tampering, unethical, illegal tampering with their donations with the Six of Pentacles reverse. It don't matter what it is. Once you are the creator, you are the one that produces content, and currency is supposed to be going to you, that's your currency. This is protected on the First Amendment when it comes to what you believe in. So you have the right to practice what you're practicing. For somebody to go behind and to do something like this and to keep on doing this to you, this is highly illegal and unethical. This is a cyber crime, etc. So there's a few financial cyber crimes that could be on an investigation right now. And something could be being done to where they could be working on keeping these individuals out of doing certain things to you, etc. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't even bother commenting on the channel because I will remove the comment. Keep the comments peaceful and respectful. Thank you very much. So these individuals could be putting up a firewall to keep individuals out. Because there's something that's coming out here about a few individuals are, yeah, bro, look at all this money in reverse. The Tower reverse, King of Swords reverse, Eight of Wands reverse, Page of Swords reverse, and the Sun reverse. Look at all this money in reverse. This is a lot of money that is being underhandedly taken from individuals that may be social media influencers. Don't have to represent the divination community or whatever. But there's a lot of currency that are being unlawfully taken from social media influencers. Yes, it is. These individuals also have been discovered to be subjected to illegal underhanded stalking. Page of Swords reverse, stalking. This is connected to an illegal enterprise, possibly. There's an enterprise being investigated with the Three of Pentacles. Whoever has been doing this to these individuals are connected to some type of enterprise. All of this that is being done, there's some marriage fraud that could be somebody could be working on something to do with a marriage fraud. The Page of Swords reverse is stalking, slander. This is extortion. Six of Pentacles reverse is extortion, scamming. The Ten of Pentacles reverse is money laundering. Okay, so this is something very big here. And the Pentacles represent financial currency in the tarot. You have a Pentacle in reverse. Bro, look at all the money. The money is in reverse. Somebody is trying to affect someone's financial security when it comes to them being a social media influencer. And this, there's no secrets about this. The secrets are out with the High Priestess reverse. There tends to be an authority figure right here in reverse. It's not just one of them. There could be up to maybe the total of 8 of them, to 6 of them, to 10 of them. But it's the ones that are not saying anything. Even to the ones that know that this is being done, they're not saying anything, etc. That's something that's also being acknowledged. They're just as guilty. There's ones that know what's going on, but they're refusing to speak up about it. But there's ones up here that know exactly who is not speaking up about it. These are the ones that's going to agree to collaborate with other individuals and to possibly install a firewall. This give me the vibes to keep these individuals out of there. With the Eight of Wands reverse, that where their information can't be intercepted or none of that, because this right here is interceptance with the Eight of Wands reverse. But this is illegal though. With the Ten of Pentacles reverse, bro, this is illegal. This card does represent illegal activities. It does represent money laundering. This right here represents scamming. And how the money is being laundered is through some type of scamming. Scamming, extortion. But something's telling me this is going to get stopped with the Seven of Wands. Somebody's going to stop this. There's individuals right here looking into this, bro. This ain't no lie, no. I'm feeling a full confirmation from my cards that this is definitely being investigated. This ain't no bullshit. This is being investigated because several people has complained about it. It's not just one person going to them. There's several individuals that has complained about this. So they have to, this right here makes it even more challenging for somebody to be discredited when it comes to their reports, etc. I'm not saying somebody's being discredited, but they have to have enough probable cause in order to conduct a search. And I'm getting they do have enough probable cause. And this is what they're going to find right here. 10 of Pentacles reverse, 6 of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Pentacles reverse. Stealing currency from an individual. This is extortion too. This is connected to extortion and money laundering. There's a bit of white collar that is mixed in with the Ten of Pentacles diverse. I'm not really getting white collar from the Six of Pentacles diverse, but it's the Ten of Pentacles diverse that's giving me the vibes of white collar, etc. This could have something linking this to a white collar case. This is giving me the vibes of with the Lover's card. This is individuals that respect someone and love someone enough in order to defend them and to protect them. There's a few individuals that really appreciate someone's presence on social media. They really enjoy what this individual does, and they have enough respect for them in order to protect them. There are several individuals that are in this energy, though. There are several individuals that actually love these social media influencers that want to see the best for them, not the worst, with the Tower reverse. They don't want to see their foundation continuously be in an uproar like this to where they have to suffer loss after loss after loss. The way that these individuals are thinking about this situation, the way that they're looking into this, they believe this individual should be rich, but they're not. This is how some of their minds are, y'all. These are wealthy individuals that are looking into something, etc. They also have acknowledged that some of you out there are not really speaking up and asking for help. Like you're kind of hesitating. Like, just give me the vibes of the Tower reverse. You're hesitant to ask for help, but you could be asking for help though. You could be suffering in silence. Something has been acknowledged that some of these individuals could be suffering in silence, or if someone was hesitant about asking for help, they could be standing up and asking for help, crying out for help, etc. This could be really stressful on a lot of people. Sound like to me these individuals are working on something and they're not going to give up on this situation because they don't want to see an innocent person that is very successful foundation crumble, or to have to be subjected to this type of theft here. Whoever's been doing this to these individuals, if you think it's a secret, it ain't a secret. The truth is out and they will track you down, and things will be moving forward with this situation. I'll tell you that much. This will be stopped. This will be stopped. There's an investigation going on right now taking place due to a lot of individuals that are complaining about their currency being taken from them or their currency being tampered with when it comes to social media influencers. But the way that these individuals are looking into it, these individuals have every right to be on the social media platform. Anybody who is going behind these individuals that's doing this to them, this right here is not okay. It's illegal. It's unethical. And it is being looked into. I'm telling you. And if these individuals think it's a secret, High Priestess in reverse, it's no longer a secret. This could be stressing some of these individuals out of here to know that this is out of line, like how much is being done to these individuals, and they feel like they have to fix something immediately. This is giving me the vibes of somebody installing some type of firewall protection to keep these individuals that's been doing this to these individuals, to keep them out of there. That way, this could prevent their foundation from relentlessly going through this, which is financial loss, financial loss, financial loss, financial loss. This is subjected to poverty, etc. So there's something that's going on when it comes to this situation. Like, this could be connected to that post that I made, that I channeled, etc. And from the vibes I'm getting with the Lover's card, these individuals have enough respect, and they're following this individual's lead too. With the Six of Wands, there's people that are agreeing to follow these individuals' lead if they're speaking up about this, because this does state in the law that this is illegal for this to be done to these individuals. I'm also getting what these individuals are practicing on social media are protected under the First Amendment. And anybody who is going behind them to tamper with this right here is highly unethical, etc. For some of you who has been going through a certain situation, there's something that's coming out about how, like, this could have something to do with a live stream or live streams. When someone is streaming live, these individuals that has been doing this to them, the live, like something to do with a live stream. There's there's an unethical, illegal interference with a live stream. That's another thing that could be being looked into. Anybody who streams on social media, this is definitely a social media platform with the Six of Wands. There's something about somebody that's live and you got the supporters right here, right? But there's something that's off about a live stream, and there's something that is illegally being intercepted with the Eight of Wands reverse, and there's something that is being discovered that's linking something back to this right here. So let's say if people go to donate to you with the Six of Pentacles reverse. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead and fix this real quick. There we go. Okay, so let's say if somebody goes to donate to you and you're on a live stream and they have like a link on a live stream. If some of you are not getting the full donations, if you do ask your supporters for donations, there's something right here to where you're getting bits and pieces of. I'm going to tell you why. Because these live streams are something about the information being intercepted in an illegal way. But this is also being intercepted and blocked. With the Seven of Wands, they're going to be able to put up some type of protection to stop that from being done to you. Because this is being discovered to be happening to a few individuals, not just one person. This has happened to a few individuals. This could be a message, this could be an intuitive channel message for the Tower community, to the genuine ones out there that may be genuine. Even though there may be a few of them out there, they do have them out there. The ones that know how to channel accurately. They're not just telling people what they want to hear. They're not in it for the money. That's actually what they love doing with a passion. They don't just tell people what they want to hear. They actually put the hard work into their channel and their content. This is going to go for them. Yeah, with all this money being in reverse, the Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Pentacles reverse, something's telling me this is going to get stopped. Just give me the vibes of what I channeled in that community post, firewall energy. This is going to keep these individuals out of there from doing this to you. Because there's several individuals that are being hurt financially when it comes to that. Yes, they are. The truth is all about it with the High Priestess reverse. And there are people looking into it because they have enough problem call for it. Yes, they do. And they will be doing something about the situation, I'm telling you. Because this give me the vibes of them putting up a firewall protection, etc. What you think is going to come next when they keep these individuals out of there? What you think is happening next? The next step is confronting these individuals with the information here. That's been doing that. You're not going to keep lingering around these social media influencers channel. You're not going to keep on lingering around their channel and stealing from them, bro. You're not going to be doing this shit to them. No, you're not. You're not. This is an investigation. I promise you that. Six of Pentacles reverse. And there are authority figures that are being seen to be doing this to these individuals. With the Six of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you will be confronted about it, dude. You're not getting away with nothing. Your secrets are exposed with the High Priestess reverse. This could be connected to a secret society. There's some cult members that are under investigation for something with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. They know who you are, buddy. They know who you are. They know how you trying to unethically earn a living by trying to put this individual in poverty and make them poor. They know who exactly who you are, buddy. You a greedy individual, and you think you're gonna keep living that luxury life like that? Y'all hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and get more messages. Oh, Knight of Swords. This is giving me raid-like energy. Raid. Sun reverse. Look, the Ace of Pentacles is coming back up in the upright position. Queen of Pentacles. Justice will be served. Page of Wands reverse. Something's going to get stopped. Okay, so right now, it could be pending. Something could be pending, etc. Six of Wands reverse. The Eight of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, they're going to get caught. Seven of Swords just showed itself. Seven of Swords in reverse. And they have the Knight of Swords here. So whatever somebody thought that they could keep in the dark, Leo energy, Virgo energy, whatever someone thought that they could keep in the dark by having someone subjected to a scam at their job, like to relentlessly troll somebody on social media, this is all about trolling. It's all about some fake accounts. Something has been discovered on who is behind these fake accounts with the Seven of Swords reverse. It was someone that was also impostering you through some type of fake accounts online. They try to possibly get you in trouble with the law. But this is a crooked authority figure that was doing this to you, that was behind these fake pages, and has also been found guilty of tampering with your social media page with the Six of Wands reverse. There's just a few of them here. I'm not really getting a whole bunch. There's just a few of them. A few of them. There's several of them that are getting caught with the Seven of Swords reverse for doing that. And also being found guilty of being behind a fake page, committing fraud to have you illegally investigated. Because this is not a legitimate investigation. There's no legitimate probable cause to conduct any type of searches on you. And this is the same individuals that are being caught behind fake pages with running you through a smear campaign physically. Where you at? See that train coming by? That train's going fast too, yeah. And that train could be interpreted as armor. Look at what they have on here right here. Yeah, there's something headed towards these individual direction. I'm getting something to do with a raid with the Knight of Swords. They're getting caught. Seven of Swords reverse. Whoever's been stealing this money and causing you to be a victim of a scam and hiding behind fake pages. Some of these individuals could have been trolling you on social media. This has all been discovered, and these individuals are enlightened to who has been doing this to you. And it is a couple of authority figures. It could be up to one or two of them, or just a few of them that was following behind that with the Six of Wands reverse. Whoever's been doing that to you is going to get caught. Some of you could have been two females that could have been subjected to that. I'm also getting there's two sisters. Something about sisters. There's an earth sign and a water sign. There's two sisters here that was being forced to participate into something that doing something to you. But they're no longer going to have to worry about being subjected to that. There's two sisters. A Queen of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. Or one of you could be this Queen of Cups or Queen of Pentacles. This give me the vibes of divination. Yeah, whoever was doing something online is going to get caught on fake pages. This give me the vibes that these individuals was in a vulnerable state, and they could have been forced to participate into creating fake messages about you to go back and forth for one of these individuals right here. One of these authority figures. That's just going to get stopped too. That's going to get caught too. This is all connected to each other. This is all the information that individuals have on the situation. And therefore, something is pending right now is what I'm getting. But it's not going to be pending for long. And the next step is somebody coming in to stop them, to catch them. Justice will be served. If you have been a victim of a scam or social media defamation or any type of social media theft, cyber theft, you're going to get justice over these matters. There are several individuals that have been subjected to that. Like I said, it could have been up to 7 of them, to 6 of them. Could be 8 of them. You're not the only one that has suffered some type of loss. But this is due to someone that was relentlessly going through a situation in regards to somebody trying to have them falsely investigated for shit that they was doing to them off of fake pages. And individuals was forced to participate into sending messages as if it's this individual that is coming from, but it's not. In order to eventually bring false charges on them. So that right there will be connected to a fraudulent investigation with the Hermit reverse. You shouldn't have never been looked into. If something was being done over and over and over repetitively with the 8 of Pentacles reverse, this is a repetitive energy. If somebody was doing something repetitive in order for that to happen, that right there is even more on this individual. This is going to better to identify the ulterior motives behind why this was being done to you. And the 8 of Pentacles reverse is also, this give me the vibes of workplace exploitation. These individuals are also getting caught and captured for workplace exploitation, trying to exploit you financially and exploit your vulnerabilities at this job, having you at unsafe workplace conditions, having you subjected to a loss of currency, theft of currency. You're not getting what you're well deserving of, because these individuals are going right behind you and stealing. This is all connected to these what has been taking place online with these individuals trying to create some type of evidence, but it's all fabrication of color of law. This is what's going to better to identify them to be in violation of color of law with these fake pages that was created. And a lot of messages going back and forth between these individuals and somebody else, not you and somebody else. This is something else that's getting caught with an imposter. Somebody imposter in your character. This right here could be also identity theft that is getting caught. This is how this was being done online. This is all about a lot of online communications being intercepted due to enough probable cause of a search being conducted due to some type of cyber crime that's going to be linked to the financial. But everything that was taken, you're going to be provided with that security right back. See how the Ace of Pentacles is coming up in the upright position? That's going to be provided right back to you. You will no longer have to be faced with these type of difficulties. So this was a very difficult situation for some of you to go through. But there's someone in specific out there that has been going through a hate crime in regards to someone imposter their character, with using their identity through a lot of fake pages, communicating back and forth with other people, and this individual trying to falsely accuse this individual of talking to somebody when they're not. When someone was using this to their advantage in order to commit malicious prosecution on this individual to eventually bring fraudulent charges on them. It's not legit. It's not probable cause either to continuously conduct a search on someone. Because anytime that someone is investigated by authority figures, that right there is a form of a search. But when it's unethical and there's no legitimate probable cause, and there's a lot of color law violations that are being committed in order to conduct a search, that right there is going to be a violation of the 4th Amendment. Because that right there prohibits unreasonable searches and seizure of individuals' property upon their person or property. And if some of you was being harassed to the point to where your First Amendment was being obstructed, they could be getting caught for that too. obstructing your First Amendment of free speech. You have the right to speak out about an injustice. You have the right to speak out on a platform. If anybody is trying to bully you and trying to come up on these fake pages to try to suppress you or oppress you or intimidate you in any kind of way, it don't matter who it is. If these are officials that are behind fake pages, even if it's just a few of them, if they're getting caught behind these fake pages doing this to you, this is oppression upon their behalf, which is a First Amendment violation on them. That's another thing getting caught too. They cannot silence you. They cannot sit there and oppress you because it prohibits anybody in position of authority to infringe upon your First Amendment. You have the right to free speech. You have the right to free speech. Yes, you do. You have the right to freedom of expression, freedom of speech. It don't matter if they're on a fake account. These fake accounts can definitely be tracked down. And they can unmask who's behind these accounts because they got the technology to do so. And some of your perpetrators that was behind this social media campaign of you being subjected to cyber harassment and bullying, this is going to be linked to a few authority figures that was in their ego that thought that they could do this both ways, have you targeted physically, subjected to some type of harassment physically through fake pages, communicating with other people and trying to use that to their advantage in order to build a false case on you, but also using this in order to try to slow you down from the messages getting out there. So that right there would also create this hesitant energy. This is intimidation. This is trying to put you in fear of your freedom. Trying to make you feel as if you're going to lose everything for you speaking out, or you're going to get locked up for speaking out. You cannot get locked up for speaking out. You cannot lose anything for speaking out. That is a fear tactic, which therefore is going to be identified as intimidation. These individuals can also be charged with the violation of Title 18 U.S.C. Section 241, conspiracy against rights, because it makes it unlawful for one or two more persons to oppress, to bully, or to conspire to injure, I want to say. But oppression and bullying, I want to say oppression and intimidation is within that title and section. Yeah, oppression and intimidation is within that title and section. And y'all heard how I just explained that, right? It makes it unlawful for one or to two more persons. So that means it don't matter if it's just one person or not. One to two more persons to oppress or to intimidate you. And this was being done through cyber attacks, cyber harassment. Yes, that is a cyber crime. For those out there that may think that these individuals may not be doing anything or whatever, that is just overlooked. No, it's not, because it states it right there in that title and section. You supposed to be treated fairly and equally, just like everybody else. What you believe in is protected under the First Amendment. They could go do their research. I'm also getting, this is the law that does their job the right way. They're going to be able to actually overpower and overrule the ones that are not doing their job the right way either. I'm telling you, bro, all of this is protected under the First Amendment. What you do for your job, these individuals have no right to cyber harass you, come up on there, run a smear campaign in a public setting, but yet got the nerve to come up on a fake account as an authority figure and attack you on social media. That is illegal. That is a violation of your First Amendment. They don't give a shit about if they're on a fake account or not. It's still been identified unmasked as an authority figure that was doing that to you. Therefore, they're going to be facing charges with cyber harassment. Also impersonation, impersonating you, using your identity in order to commit fraud, to try to have a false case go through, to eventually bring charges upon you for the things that was being done to you and manipulated from these individuals. You think they're actually going to let these individuals get away with that? No, they're not, because of something being seen over social media. Yes, they have been caught to be doing that to you. They're not hiding. They already have this individual's information with the Seven of Swords reverse. Something is just pinning where something could come in. This is giving me the vibes of a raid. I don't know when it's going to happen. That's none of my business. I'm not going to give specific details, but I will say these individuals have been unmasked to be doing that to you. Anybody that was on a fake account, some of them have been unmasked that they was connected to a situation in regards to you being harassed and stalked physically. So you know what that means? These individuals are also in violation of your Fourth Amendment when it comes to conducting searches upon your person through the physical world where you reside in that. Like I said, these individuals don't have probable cause. You haven't been in violation of any crime. You have not committed a crime. You should not be investigated for any reason. And anything that they happen to try to do while conducting a fraudulent investigation upon you cannot be used against you. Because it's not legit. It's not legit. Y'all hear how I just identified the color of law violation? I'm going to explain what color of law violation is when it comes to the fabrication. Fabrication means tampering with evidence. It's all about doctoring up certain things to make things appear as if it's legitimate evidence for prosecution. That's what color of law violations are. Therefore, will lead to a false arrest because of failure to keep you from home. Because it's the authorities' position. That's their job, to protect and uphold the U.S. Constitution, your civil rights, and your amendments. That's the oath they were sworn into to protect, etc. That's why they're there, to serve and protect their communities. It don't matter who you are. You're not breaking any law. You're exercising the First Amendment of what you believe in as a spiritual individual if you are a divination reader. That is protected under the First Amendment. So this right here could be some type of discrimination against. This could be religious or belief discrimination, which would be a First Amendment violation. You don't deserve to have this unfair treatment just because of who you are. Like I said, your freedom of belief, what you believe in, what you practice, that is all protected. If you're a spiritual healer, that's protected under the First Amendment. I can't stress that enough. I'm very passionate about announcing this. Y'all could go do your research. That's going to be First Amendment protection provided to you. And if this is anything to do with the higher up law that may be having to step in to prevent these type of activities from occurring upon you relentlessly, due to them having enough probable cause in order to bring a situation to an end, then this right here is going to better to provide you with that First Amendment protection. Because it's by law that your First Amendment shall be protected. Your amendment shall be protected. Your civil rights shall be protected. The Constitution, U.S. Constitution, shall be protected. And it's their job to provide you with that security and protection upon your person. It states it right there in the law book. It states it right there under these titles and sections that was violated under federal law jurisdiction. Especially when it comes to oppression and intimidation of the Title 18 U.S.C. Section 241, conspiracy against rights. Then you have these officials that are violating your rights on another level, on the civil rights level. That's going to be the Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242, deprivation of your rights. When it comes to these type of practices that was being done, if it's a non-isolated situation, that's going to be connected to the Title 42 U.S.C. Section 14141. Of pattern and practice. But it has to be a non-isolated situation. Y'all gotta excuse me, y'all. I got like a sinus, like my sinuses are bad right now. So if it sounds like I'm talking through my nose, my sinuses are bad, so. Or if I sound kind of hoarse. But anyways, I'm just doing my best of my ability to get the information out. But I know for sure, for a fact, two of the titles and sections. It's going to be Title 18, USC, Section 241. That one. And they have the Title 18, USC, Section 242. I know for a fact both of these titles and sections were violated, that they're getting caught in. With the Seven of Swords reverse, yes, they are. Now, when it comes to the Title 42, that one right there is a bit different because they're going to have to link this to other individuals. But I mean, if there is other individuals over social media, but I don't really know how that's going to work, though. I do know when it comes to the physical violations, like if other people are complaining about their civil rights in the same setting, then that right there could be identified as a non-isolated situation. But I don't know, bro. It could be going against them too, the Title 42. USC Section 140, 141. That would be pattern and practice. I do know that title and section has been recodified, etc. I don't know what it has been recodified to, but that's how I always knew that title and section. What that means is pattern and practice of official misconduct. But anyways, there is some justice that is being served. This is due to someone's First Amendment being obstructed, especially if they try to oppress you in any way. If some of you don't believe that some of these individuals in here can actually stand up for you and actually stop these individuals from trying to oppress you, because you may think that some of them may be involved or whatever, not all of them are involved, bro, in the higher up law. They don't agree to that, and they will actually use the law book against these individuals and bring them to justice for that. Because you have the right to speak out. You have that right. It's First Amendment protected to speak out about it. You have the right to produce, if you want to produce physical proof, etc. Behind who is behind doing this to you. You have the right to broadcast that over the media. You have the right to record in the public setting. If these individuals are so intimidated by you getting activity that'll be done to you in a public setting and they don't like what they seeing, then they shouldn't be doing it to you. That's how some of these individuals are looking at it, because they're guilty any damn ways. They're criminals. They're trying to hide. That's why they're trying to, that's why they're busy trying to oppress the victim. But guess what? They have people in here that are starting to transform the laws and look into certain laws. Some of you could be an inspiration to some of these individuals sitting in here. Bro, believe it or not, some of you out there, if you're a stand-up person that you keep speaking out no matter what they're trying to do to you, if you keep speaking out, bro, you're showing just how stubborn, just how much you're fighting for your freedom, just how much you're fighting to protect yourself and to protect other people. And to also illuminate that these laws are actually there in writing. All they got to do is open up that law book and they're going to see it right there in writing, bro. I'm telling you. It's right there all over social. Like, you could go on the internet and do your research, but it's right there in the law book. All they got to do is open it up to certain titles and sections, and they're going to find exactly what that means. I'm telling you. You just got to know how to identify it. Just like what I said about the color law violation. Anytime that they get on whatever it is, anytime that they fabricate anything or doctor up anything, even if it's just a tad bit, that's still tampering with evidence. Even if they change just a small portion of something, it don't matter. Why are they changing a small portion of something? That's tampering with evidence. So you know what that means? It cannot be used. It cannot be used. It's fabricated. It's a color law violation. So therefore, it's going to also be linked to the Fourth Amendment violation. What do you think they're doing with this color law violation? I'm going to tell you what they're doing with it, what they're trying to continuously proceed with. See, these individuals are continuously trying to get something to proceed on a legal matter or a legal way, but it's unethical. It's illegal. It's not an ethical investigation, bro. It's a fraudulent investigation with the hermit reverse. They cannot proceed with anything. It don't matter what they find or whatever, bro. It don't matter about none of that. They cannot proceed or to go through with these proceedings on continuously trying to look into an innocent person that is not in violation of any crime, that has not committed any crime this whole time. They cannot proceed with that. Whoever you are out there that may be in this energy, thank God that you are a stubborn individual, because I'm going to tell you right now, that's actually going to get you a ways in your life, especially when you know you're right. You keep on arguing your point. You keep on providing evidence. You keep on making reports. You keep on collecting evidence to back up your reports because that's what's going to make you credible. I could care less if anybody else wants to sit there and discredit you. It don't matter about them. You keep standing up and you keep speaking out. You don't pay attention to the individuals that's trying to sit there and gaslight. There's no gaslighting here. There's no gaslighting here. Not when you got the physical evidence to back up your claims, bro. You keep standing up. That's what you're guided to do. You keep standing up. And guess what? Eventually, word's going to get out. The evidence is going to be collected that you're telling the truth. The more these individuals try to screw at you and you speaking out at the same time, the more it's exposing who they really are. Because they're arrogant, they're prideful, they're egotistical, they're assholes. That's what they are. They're egotistical, prideful assholes that think that they're not going to get stopped. Correction. You keep doing this to this individual. You keep it up. This is what the ego is telling them. That's the false self. The reality side of it is you violating this individual's civil rights, buddy. You violating their civil rights. You're violating the U.S. Constitution, and you're violating their amendments that try to illegally strip them from them. But last time I checked, this individual has every right to have justice served to them the proper way, not malicious prosecution. They have the right to not have the law used against them in an unethical manner of malicious prosecution. Now, you better get your story straight. Because malicious prosecution, that right there means using it to their advantage in order to try to have the individual hurt and harmed and subjected to that. It's not really upholding the law. It's not serving their proper justice to them. It's relentlessly trying to have them persecuted, prosecuted for things that they're not doing to hurt them. What you think these fake pages are doing to this individual? What you think this smear campaign is doing to this individual? Huh? You think it's not hurting their character, their reputation? Because this is something they're also looking into. You think this ain't hurting this individual's reputation? You got all these individuals fooled, brothers, connected to this, believing a lie that's not the truth about this individual. Literally leading other individuals to think that it's okay to bully somebody when this is an authority figure. How is that upholding the individual's Constitution, U.S. Constitution, civil rights, or their amendments? Because last time I checked, the oath that was taken, it's not the job for them to be on social media creating fake pages or doing anything to somebody to have them harmed. What you think serving and protecting means? It means providing them with security and protection from criminals that do shit like this to people. What they got to say to that? What they got to say to that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because they're caught. They're caught. And I'm going to tell you right now, whoever these individuals are right here, whoever this individual is that you've been doing this to, is going to have a field day with you in that federal courtroom. They're going to have a vacation in that courtroom. Because you will be a defendant to this case. These individuals are a defendant to this plaintiff right here. How does it feel to actually be in a court as a defendant to this case? How does it feel? Or how will it feel to these individuals knowing that everything is being read from a judge? That could be a federal judge right there sitting there in their chair. There's legal proceedings right here. And these individuals are literally sitting there having all of this called out while that federal judge is on the stand. But they sit there, they're in their chair, right? They're calling out all these violations. Everything that was being done to you. And these individuals are literally sitting there as defendants in that courtroom. And here's where the best part about this situation is. You don't have to do any type of cross-examining. You don't have to have an attorney to the plaintiff. You don't have to have an attorney. What you think the attorney general is there for? What you think the federal prosecutors are there for? To prosecute these crimes. That's what they're there for. That's why you simply don't need none of that. to whoever this message is resonating with. Yes, they do have some legitimate federal prosecutors. Yes, they do have some legitimate federal judges. Yeah, they do have some legitimate attorney generals. Yes, they do. You being harmed this way, bro, and something being uncovered and linked all the way back to what has been going on. Yes, they're going to protect you. All they have to do is have enough probable cause to collect the evidence, and eventually things are going to be done. But they can't go based off word of mouth. They can't go based off a report either. There has to be some sufficient amount of evidence linking it to the report, or to have enough legitimate probable cause to conduct a physical investigative search on these individuals in order for things to be accumulated over time. That's how a case is built. So for some of you out there that may be worrying or whatever, you may be telling yourself, oh, they're not going to look into it. Your reports are discreditable or whatever. Don't have that in your mind. I've been guided to tell you to have faith. Not hope, have faith. Have strong faith. Pray to your angels. Pray to the angels in the heavenly kingdom. Pray to the angels. Because God has his own way of working through individuals as divine intervention. You may not be aware, but all it takes is one time for you to keep speaking up. You could keep talking to the same person. You could keep reporting these activities to the same person. Like, let's say if you may be in contact with an agent or whatever. That may have been assigned to a case to help you out. It only is going to, bro, you never know. It could just take one time for you to talk to them and something change right then and there. You never know. They may not be able to provide you with much information because that's just how it is. They remain very discreet about their investigations, etc. That's another thing why I don't like reading on some of these situations, y'all. Like, I mean, I feel it's safe for me to read on these matters right here. But when it comes to the specific details, bro, I could get into that information. Trust me. But I'm not, though. There's a certain line of respect that I have for these individuals in order to not do that. Even though it may be considered like the First Amendment or whatever, but still, though. I do feel it's safe for me to channel like all of this energy right here. But as far as a specific detail by detail, that's a negative. I will not do that ever. No, that's a no. But anyways, what I'm getting here is whoever was assigned to that, you never know. It could just take one last phone call, bro. Like, you call up there one last time if you need help. Keep on being persistent. I'm also being guided from my own experience. Don't feel like you're annoying them either. Don't feel like you're bothering them. You do everything in your power but to say, hey, there's a problem. Something needs to be corrected. If you have evidence, you tell them that you have evidence. Keep being persistent. Don't feel like you're an annoyance to them because it's their job to listen to what you have to say. They're there to protect you. They may not be able to get to you all the time, but when they can, some of them are busy. That's another thing that I had to tell myself, y'all, coming from my experience, okay? Because it can be impatient. You can get impatient at times and want to lose your patience with them. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Don't get on the phone or whatever. It's okay for you to express yourself, your frustration and agitation. I'm pretty sure they would look for ways to try to possibly calm you down, or look for ways to try to talk to you to where it's not going to be as stressful on you. But from my experience, y'all, do not get impatient with the situation, because that right there is going to cause more frustration and more mental blockages when it comes to this type of being so frustrated to the point to where you don't have a clear state of mind, and that could cloud like your judgment when it comes to the situation. Therefore, it could create this illusion as if things are not being, or it's not moving or not going forward, etc. But you do have a clear state of mind, but yet that could get in the way of your judgment when it comes to things that are in overdrive with the flight or fight response mechanisms of the brain. Trust me, I have experience with that, so I can definitely identify what that is that does that. It's the stressors in the brain. That right there is going to release an adrenaline rush of anxiety. You do not want that to happen, because that right there, it may not be a full-blown panic attack or anxiety attack, but this is going to get you in the energy to where you're going to feel hopelessness. But it's not that way at all. That's just due to the stressors, the stress of the situation, sitting there creating an emotional, impulsive response. Therefore, it's going to put you in this state of mind to where you feel nothing is moving forward. That right there is going to cloud the judgment when that's not the truth. Things are indeed moving forward. But being in that state of mind can make things a lot worse than what it already is, and you don't want that. But I'm getting at some of these individuals that may work in here may have compassion, because they're well-trained professionals when it comes to cases like that. Okay? So if some of them are kind to you, y'all, appreciate that. Appreciate their kindness. Even if it's just talking to you, don't that make you feel better? Coming from my experience, y'all, like, I'm stating these things from my experience so y'all can learn how this really is for some of you. You may, like, not all of us may be the same, but you can have a gift yourself. You can stand out in a certain kind of way. Take this from my experience. If you feel calm just talking to them, that's a sign in itself that you're going to be okay. No matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Simple as that. Some of this I can also understand. I'm also getting these individuals to understand how overwhelming this is to you because of all of this coming at you all at one time. You're dealing with this over social media, and you're dealing with this in a physical realm. This is not an easy situation on you. So yes, your complaints, like your frustration, your agitation, you being angry, that is justifiable. You have the right to be upset when it comes to the situation here. Because of these individuals trying to do multiple things in order to get in the way of you expressing yourself freely. Exercise your First Amendment. You have the right to be free to practice what you practice without these problems following you. And these are the individuals that's in there that may do their job the right way, that knows the law by the law book, that will bring justice in regards to these matters to make sure that happens for you, to where you can exercise what you believe in without any problems of this contingency occurring upon you. Because you have that right. It's under the First Amendment. It's protected under the First Amendment. You have that right. And anything that is trying to do that to you, that could be considered discrimination against belief or religion, discrimination, which would be a violation of the First Amendment, because that's what the First Amendment protects: freedom of belief and religion. It protects free speech too. That's the U.S. Constitution, bro. But anyways, from the looks of it with the energies here, y'all, it's an indication of something that's getting caught and stopped. These individuals definitely have been unmasked on fake accounts. This is unmasking of fake accounts. Trolling you, like this all about trolling. This is different accounts booing you like this. Sitting there and making hateful comments towards you. Like, this is supporters, right? These are people that are supporting you, that's telling you positive feedback. In reverse, there's a lot of bullying. That's different accounts coming up on a social media influencers platform or some type of platform and bullying off of different accounts. And these accounts are linked to an individual that was falsely investigating you for things that they was doing off of fake pages to commit the color law violation. This is who has been unmasked that's linked to that. These are one of your perpetrators that are behind that. This is also someone that's getting caught that's behind perpetrating this activity upon you. Clarify that. Wheel of Fortune reverse. So there was some delays in an investigation is what I'm getting. There has been some delays. There was a lot of delays, but there's something that's being discovered what was causing these delays. Look at two individuals on social media doing shady shit to you. Look at that. Leo Taurus energy don't have to be. Y'all see these papers right here? You see how this thumbs up looks like social media? Look at that. Don't that look like somebody doing something over social media? That's the like button. So that right there is going to be an indication of either Facebook or YouTube, or it could be TikTok or whatever. But this is definitely something that was being done over social media, because that right there is the like button. So that right there is going to be an indication of different pages over social media. You got two individuals sitting right here doing hateful shit to you off of several of different pages. You see how this looks? This is delay after delay after delay. But look where that snake's coming back to get them. That's karma coming back to bite them. These same individuals that are up here that was doing this off of several of different pages are being caught and connected to this right here. That's the fake pages. Y'all see these papers? Y'all see how that looks like the like button? And you see how this is a blue background? That right there would be an indication of Facebook, or could be YouTube with the white outline. Definitely a strong indication of Facebook and YouTube. I'm getting off of the Wheel of Fortune reverse, etc. That would be the two social media platforms that was being used in this type of manner. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune reverse. That karma's coming back to bite, bro. See that snake right there? Look at that snake inching its way down. That's karma right here coming back to bite them. They're going to get caught. They're already caught as it is, but it's just something that's pending right now to put these individuals where they belong for doing that to you. Something's pending. They've already been unmasked. They know who these individuals are that are behind doing this to you on some type of social media platform, and it's linked to some type of an fraudulent investigation you is being subjected to in a public setting. That's not legit. Yeah, 4 of Wands reverses, I'm saying that. Some of these individuals' karma could be them having seizure at their home. This is a house in reverse. This is also due to you being disapproved from a public setting. This is disapproval from a community. This was having like these delays. You have been delayed. You have been going through continuous delays of being disapproved from a community setting. With the 4 of Wands reverse, you're not feeling welcome. You're not feeling at home. This is all about the opposite of feeling at home. You feel disconnected from where you stay at. When this problem is removed physically, you will have this feeling back. That feeling will come back. And you will no longer be bothered this way ever again. Ever again. Yeah. This is something to do with your ex, or something to do with this individual having multiple connections, using this to their advantage. This could be inappropriate favors as a form of bribery being taken with that 6 of Pentacles reverse. This can also represent bribery. So there could have been inappropriate favors being taken as a form of bribery here. In order to continue with this cycle over and over and over and over and over, that's going to be set free too. You're going to be set free from that also. Some of you, your ex may have not wanted to participate in these matters with the Lovers reverse. They don't really love doing that to you. If this is for some odd reason, an ex, or this could be an ex-husband or an ex-wife of yours, etc. Yeah, something about a spouse, or it don't have to be. Or it could just be an ex in general. But could also be somebody that you could have been married to a long time ago and y'all separated. So that would be the ex-husband or ex-wife. Don't have to be an ex-husband or ex-wife. Clarify this. Yeah, Seven of Cups. That's all the confusion that was created. These individuals, these connections are being used to create more confusion, to brainwash people. And this is going to be stemming it right back to the illusions that was created about your character in order to continue with this type of unethical, illegal activity upon you in a public setting to have you disapproved of. These individuals could also been having inappropriate conversations through fake messages to try to accuse you of doing that, to try to get you with a charge of inappropriate harassment. That's caught too. That's caught too. With the lovers reverse, you're not behind communicating that. Behind these pages, I'm telling you. So they pretty much got the blueprints with the Seven of Swords reverse. Look, bro, as soon as I said that, look, the star comes out. They pretty much, look, the blue. They pretty much got the blueprints. Yeah, it's about time for some new cards, y'all. My cards are getting old. Look at that. So they pretty much got the blueprints. Yes, they do. That's connecting this situation, connecting the dots. The moon reverse wanted to show itself. So give me a closing message. Y'all, excuse the fact that I'm harsh right now. Like that, I sound like I'm talking through my nose. My sinuses are really bad, y'all. So y'all gotta excuse that, y'all. I really don't like that. Because it does bother me. I hate sounding this way, to be honest with you. I don't like sounding that way. It is annoying, but it's going to go away, though. It's just a change of the weather, etc. So give me a closing message. Shout out to the ones out there that do their job the right way, brother. Fix a situation. It may have took some time, but something is going to get fixed. I'm getting that energy very heavily. The devil reverse. Okay, so the devil is in reverse at the bottom. Capricorn energy. Some of you could be a Capricorn or have to be judgment reverse. Scorpio. Ten of Wands. So this is connected to some type of false allegations that was putting a lot of burdens and stress on you. Something has been proven with all these burdens of proof that you're not in contact with somebody. That's that X. Look at that. There's a disconnect there. That means that you're not talking to them. There's burden of proof to prove that. Knight of Wands. Nine of Cups. Page of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. The Eight of Wands reverse. Look at that. Eight of Wands reverse. You're not in communication with this person. The Fool. So there's some good news coming in. Look at this in regards to an injustice. Look at that. Judgment and justice reversed. Didn't I tell y'all that this was a fraudulent case? Relentlessly trying to be built on you? Or relentlessly trying to go through? This is not a legitimate case. Justice and judgment reverse. This is what the burdens of proof are linking this to. This is an injustice. And this is some higher power with authority figures right here that can overpower all of that. This is not going to go through. Eight of Wands reverse. This is not going to go through. Look, oh, as soon as I said that, so this injustice, this right here is exposed exactly for what it is. And there's a celebration right after that. There's some good news coming in. Oh, look at that, Six of Wands. Go, look at that, the Chariot, the Six of Wands. So some of you are going to have a victorious win out of this situation because of something actually being verified that this is not legitimate. Like I said, bro, look at all this. Judgment reverse, you're not behind all these conversations. Something is being proven about that too. So how are they going to be able to continuously use this way? This is being literally seen as a corrupt case. This is corruption. This is not going to be able to go through with the Eight of Wands reverse. It's not, and that's what you're going to receive good news on because this is coming to an end. This is exposing this whole situation, and this is actually ridding this injustice out of your life. This is going to actually cause a renewal to happen where you could continuously move forward at what you're doing for some of you out there. Hmm. Some of you could have literally, if some of you are a divination person and you're skilled at that with the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles, you could be the main one that literally solved this whole situation. This could have came out through divination. This was exposed through divination, bro. These individuals ain't gonna be able to control you and keep this held upon you with the devil reverse. That's all about you being set free from this corrupt situation that shouldn't have even been started in the first place. This is not going to go through. Eight of Wands in reverse. This is not going to go through. And something has been cleared up that this is definitely connected to an exit you don't have contact with. This ain't going no fucking wheres. That's what's happening. This is ending. This is ending. And you're going to be able to move forward. You could be a Libra, a Scorpio, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn that could have been subjected to this and had to go through that. You will be able to move forward. Something's been proven that you're not behind conversations. Something's been proven that somebody has been relentlessly doing something in order to manipulate things, to have you with the unfair blame, trying to misdirect the judgments towards you. But all of that has been intercepted with the Eight of Wands reverse. There's proof to prove where that was coming from. These elements is right here. That's why it ain't going through. Eight of Wands reverse. It ain't going through because of all these color law violations that has been collected over time with the Ten of Wands. And also you being attacked on social media. So how is this going to go anywheres? If these individuals could be telling you, if these individuals in a higher position of authority could be telling you don't worry about nothing, just keep doing what you're doing, what you think they trying to tell you? They trying to tell you they ain't going no fucking where's this shit. No, they not. They ain't gonna come right out and tell you that because they can't give you the information just like that. You know what I'm saying? What you think they could be telling you that for? Because they ain't going nowheres with this right here. This is just for a very few of y'all. This ain't gonna resonate with all of y'all. But there's a hell of a huge celebration right here for somebody. Yes, it is. Three of Cups, Six of Wands. Bro, this is victorious. The Chariot and the Six of Wands and the Three of Cups with the Tower. This is a good Tower moment for a social media influencer. That's going to be hella excited. Look at that. Knight of Wands and the Fool card. There's a lot of good energy coming towards, could be a few social media influencers because they could be fixing something that was done to all these other individuals also when it comes to them financially. So there's some good news coming in financially related. So there's several of people that's going to be able to enjoy what they love doing when it comes, if there are spiritual leaders out there, or if this has anything to do with the divination community, tower community, spiritual community, this is going to be able to be fixed for them also. There's somebody in the spiritual divination community, brother, that's going to have one hell of a win with the Six of Wands. This individual is going to be on the news, bro. Page of Wands is all about good news, but the Six of Wands, it's all about some type of public recognition. And this right here is giving me the vibes of a shocker. Like there's a social media influencer, bro. There could be a spiritual leader that can end up on the news in a very positive way. It could happen. I'm not saying it would happen, but from the looks of it, Six of Wands, you got all this energy right here. Three of Cups, Page of Wands. That could be somebody holding a microphone and they're talking into a microphone. This is a messenger. Page of Wands is all about a messenger. This is someone that's speaking into a microphone. And then you have people that's taking this individual's picture. This is something that's going viral over social media. Like this is a social media influencer. And this can have something to do with a spiritual leader, a high priest. But there's other people that are on social media that's also going to be hella excited because they're going to better to feel at peace with what they do. Without these negative individuals trying to manipulate things and trying to get it to where they can't be successful. They will be removed from doing it to you with the devil reverse. You're not going to be controlled this way. So this is for other social media influencers that may have not have been subjected to an injustice like this individual was. If they was doing anything in order to try to, like, it was originally started with one person. But yet these individuals took it upon themselves to literally sit there and try to victimize multiple individuals that may be in the spiritual community or divination community. But it originally started with one of these divination people that was being hurt this way. And so what they done was they took it upon themselves to choose different divination people that may be a spiritual leader or a spiritual advisor. And this was being done to them also financially. They was hurting these individuals financially, but it originally started with someone that was being hurt physically with an injustice. That was also hurting them financially. But that's going to be set free. There's freedom. The chains have been released. The chains of an injustice are being broken. See the chains in reverse right here? That means that's being broken off of you. The chains of an injustice or what someone had to suffer all this time are being broken loose with the tower. This is giving me the vibes of that raid. Okay, so something could actually be getting raided for that because of this being discovered, judgment and justice reverse. There's a lot of burden of proof to prove that this is a corrupt case that was relentlessly trying to be built on an innocent individual because of who they are. And this is all these fake pages that has been accumulated over the last possibly 10 months to 10 weeks. And also the fake accounts and the things that was done to somebody's social media content. The creator of their work being attacked. That means that's that social media influencer. Remember how we seen the 6 of Wands reverse earlier? That right there is going to be corrected when this is ridded out the collective's energy. This is going to be corrected to where you can have genuine people that support you and not these individuals relentlessly hovering over you and trying to do shady shit to you in order to have you feeling uncomfortable. So some of these individuals could have felt uncomfortable too, but that's all changing. There's a drastic change happening unexpectedly. And this problem right here is being removed due to a lot of burdens of proof to prove that this is a corrupt case. This ain't legit. That's why they going through. And that's what the good news is about. And that's what's going to set you free from this corrupt injustice. But anyways, y'all, so this is on a legal matter here that was highly unethical and illegal from the jump to do this to you. Whoever is resonating with the situation, but you will be set free from this. This is the underlying energy. So this is going to be an indication of what you're being set free from. These energies right here. You're relentlessly being falsely accused of things you're not doing. That will be connected to the false reports. And then you have dishonesty, dishonorable acts being committed against you with people that's supposed to be upholding your justice, but are doing the exact opposite. That's what you're also being set free from. All of this that was causing this right here is being uprooted out of your life. I don't know when, but the Tower moment could represent something that there's an event that is close by that's going to take place. And it will happen. It will happen. The Tower is in the upright. That means this is coming down, bro. This is a liberation and freedom to have you set free. So that's the good news. But anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get one more confirmation of a closing message. The Emperor. There's some authority figures that are overpowering the situation because they have the authority to do so. They're taking matters in their own hands due to the burdens of proof and having you with the protection that you're well deserving of, other than these individuals that are committing unethical activity upon you. They're out of there. They're out of this institution. That's what it looks like. They're out of this institution, and they're also being removed out of your energy, removed out of your life to stop doing this from you. They're being stopped from doing this to you from individuals that do their job the right way, etc. Because they have the power to render these false judgments powerless. Whatever was being done against you, they have the power to render these judgments powerless, which is having these judgments reversed onto these individuals and reversing this and having this rendered and moved up to a higher up judge. It's in their jurisdiction. This ain't gonna be with no county or the what would they call that? Whatever it is with the county, the parish, or some type of local judges. Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with them. This has been rendered, is what I'm getting with the judgment reverse. Everything that was being done when it comes to that has been rendered and has been moved up to a higher up judge, which will be an indication of a federal judge, etc. They're not going to play with these individuals. Whoever this is that's been going through this, they're not going to play with this situation. They're going to put them in front of people that they don't have conflict of interest with to let them see how it really feels to be in a court of law. The real law. The real law. Where both sides have their side to testify, etc. There's not going to be no one side, no one side this anymore. There's not. There's also the acts of favoritism coming out too. Favoritism, conflict of interest very heavily. Very, very heavily. Huge conflict of interest from the Ten of Wands energy. I'm still channeling energy, y'all. I'm still channeling messages. There's a huge conflict of interest that has been discovered too. This person that was associating with some of these individuals, they know each other. They know each other, and this could be proven. Yeah, these individuals are done. These authority figures are rolling in. These individuals, bro, with a raid, what it looks like, because a corrupt case has been discovered. This is extremely corrupt, like beyond the levels of corruption. Like, this is extremely fucking corrupt. But there's individuals that have authority over that because it's in their jurisdiction in order for them to actually lay the law down and to rid this problem out your life with a raid being conducted. That's them rolling in possibly. This could be that armored truck. You see how they have all this metal right here? This iron, that could be interpreted as iron. Look at the armor on this individual. That's an armored truck. You know what that is? The SWAT truck. That could be the SWAT truck rolling in. And then you have the white vans. That's the evidence response team vans, etc. You got some of the unmarked vehicles. That's going to be the Yukons. That's the dark colored Yukons with the visor lights in the front and the U.S. government license plates on them. That would be the Chevy Yukons. But anyways, I don't know when this is going to take place. But it looked like to me, bro, something has came out full force about a corrupt case here is what I'm getting. This is not legit. That's why it ain't going to go through with the Eight of Wands reverse. And everything has been accumulated over time on this. There's proof to prove that. This is all about you being set free, having a victory, having a celebration. These individuals could throw you a celebration for this. Like, this could be like, bro, this could be like fireworks the 4th of July. Like a huge celebration because of that. This is a huge win for these individuals also. That's what it looks like. This will give me the vibes of like the 4th of July type of energy. And that is known as a celebration. Oh, independence. Okay, so that right there is gonna be able to represent that you're gonna have your independence, bro. You don't need nobody, like you don't need this situation hovering over you. That right there will okay, thank you. That's why I'm channeling that. hmm You're also being seen as a very strong, independent person. You don't need these problems. You don't need these problems, and you don't deserve these problems either. Some of you have some individuals in here, bro, that respect you with the 6 of Wands. This is respect. Like I said, instead of sit there and let people discredit you or sit there and let people try to gaslight you, don't worry about none of that. You keep on standing in your power. You know what you're talking about. You keep on providing information. Eventually, the right individuals are going to hear you out, and they're going to do their best to their ability to work on this for you the proper way. Just give them time. I would be patient with these individuals. I wouldn't get agitated with them. Be very respectful towards them, especially if they show you respect or whatever. Like they agree to listen to you. That's a sign of respect right there. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I'm just saying. That's the best thing you could do. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have for the reading. Some of you could be a Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Aries. Don't have to be. Aquarius. All right, I didn't notice. Okay, so there's Aquarius here too. So, okay, we got Scorpio twice, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Libra, and Aquarius. You could be one of these signs that could have went through this situation. Or it don't have to be one of these signs. You could be any zodiac sign out there. But anyways, that's what I have for the reading, y'all, for October of 2025. Thank y'all very much for the constant love and support to my genuine supporters, even though there may be a few of them. That's greatly appreciated. But I will let y'all know that I don't do any personal readings. So if y'all would like to donate, because y'all enjoy the reading, I will have a donations link in the description box below. But till next time, peace.